Shalom Garden family. Welcome to the Holy Living channel, formerly known as Libra in the Vineyard. And I'm out here in my jungle here, and I'm calling it a jungle because that's what it looks like. And basically this is the grapevine. She's about to finish out her little cycle this year of giving us no grapes, which is fine. I'm going to literally dig her up. Last year I said I was going to dig her up. I didn't do it. I'm going to this year because, oh, excuse me, my finger, sorry. The reason why I'm going to do it is because this is the peach tree, okay? And this is her spot over here. It really is. But when you have something as big as this crowding over her, it's not messing with their roots, I don't think. Who knows? I will know when I finally uproot it. But yeah, this is the peach tree spot. The volunteer pomegranate over here. She got her spot. That's her spot forever and ever. But the grapes, they were allowed to go up and go over. They never came over this way, but they went over that way. And that's probably my fault because I didn't guide it up over there. And that's probably what I should consider next year. Guiding it. I have enough around here where I can just guide it all the way around there. So maybe that's what I'll do next year. And do some pruning and make sure it doesn't get out of control. But what I really came here today is for two reasons. I have two volunteer trees. One I'm pretty sure about, and one I'm pretty sure about, but pretty not sure about either one of them. How about that? And that brings me to this beauty right here. Could somebody please help me and tell me what this is? What is this? Is it an elephant tree? Is it an elephant? Is it a fig? What is this? I never planted it. So what I'm going to do is do a plant identification, obviously. But she looks and feels so much like my fig in the back. Now, I never bought a fig. I never planted a fig. I don't remember. I ate a fig, but I don't remember tossing any fig seeds. This is like a magical phenomenon. Sorry, not a magical phenomenon. A magical blessing, okay? This is a straight miracle. It's like volunteer plants. They just are trees. Where did this come from? All right, now this is something else that started coming back. These are volunteers, but they're weeds. These papyrus or papyrus or whatever you want to call them. These little things right here are annoying. I dug up all of them once before, and they're back. It's taken them 2 years to come back, but they are back. Okay, this is the lemon. I got to come out here and prune her because I can see that there's something having a ball on her. Um, you know, they wrap themselves up in these little leaves right here. See, once they wrap up in there, it's like a little worm, and it tries to, hurt the rest of the plant, jumping from one to the next. So I got to come out here and basically get them all off. I could do it by hand, but I'm going to prune her anyway for the fall, for the winter, so that she can have a better chance. Next year, she gave us about 3 limes this year for the first time since she's been here. And that too was a blessing. um, let's see what else I want to share. Anyways, that's really all I wanted to share today. No, I want to show you my other volunteer. That's what I came out here for. Remember those peppers that I overwintered? Those peppers that I overwintered are still trying to give me peppers. That's one set. Oh, slow you down. This is the bell pepper that was here last year, overwintered. She's doing her thing. And then I got some new jalapenos. me see if I can show you the jalapeno, because look at that. Is that the jalapeno? Look at the jalapeno. Overwintered from last year. Okay. So I'm very happy to see that, because it's been really, really hard for me to do that. Over here I have a sugar baby. I don't know if I showed you in my last video, but I got a little sugar baby watermelon growing over here. I actually planted some cantaloupe too. I don't think any of my melons have done really well this year. Only thing that really did well over here is the volunteer aroma tomato plant. She produced, like I said, bunches of tomatoes, and she's pretty much the only thing that did well over here in this particular bed. My green onions did well. I thought I had some mustard greens or something back there too, but nothing really came up to them. I did a new plot over there that I haven't been working on yet, but I got to get to it. Gave up on the compost, but we'll work again on it next year. Let's see. Let me show you my other volunteer. So I'm out here in Succulent Row. And Succulent Row is obviously a row of succulents and cactuses. I showed you this before. Also, I hope that We See You might blink didn't pop up in the video, but it probably did. The lavender, and the agave, and all the other pretty little cactuses and things like that. But I wanted to show you this. I just came over here and I looked at it from a distance and I said, that looks like either a lemon, a lime, or an orange. Then I came over closer and I see the thorns on it and everything. And I said, well, okay, they have thorns. Then I took my finger and I scratched upon the leaf just a little bit. And I smelt it. Lo and behold, it's either a lemon or a lime tree. Volunteer. I did not plant this here. I did not plant it. So, again, Yah is amazing. He give us what he wants us to have, when he wants us to have it. And we worry about watering, we worry about this, we worry about that. But when you see something growing that you didn't plant, so that means what? You didn't care for it. You didn't give it any fertilizer. You didn't give it any water. It just came up all by itself. That goes to let you know that you don't need to worry about water. We don't need to worry about anything. We have no lack. We have no lack. I'm all into prepping and everything, and I've done my share of it. But I also know that the Most High has always, always taken care of his chosen people. Okay, we done been through all the suffering. Ain't no more suffering for us. There's no more, all that's over. We've been through enough suffering. We have been through enough oppression. We have been through it all. And now you're starting to see people who have not been through it all get ready to go through it all of what we've gone through. So y'all need to sit back and relax and stop worrying about this and stop worrying about prices, stop worrying about, this and that going up, gas going up, can't buy this, food shortages and all that stuff. We have always been in a food shortage. There has always been a food shortage. There's always been a water shortage. You have to understand where your blessings come from. There could be a water shortage on the next street over, and everybody got water on the street that you live on. Just because you live on that street, you got to understand who you are. There is no lack. Food is everywhere, abundantly. Forageable food, forageable weeds, forageable medicine, forageable salves. Everything is forageable. So, the lack is going to be for those who are used to having a lot, who are used to having everything they want. Okay, that's where the lack is going to show up at. For those who are used to pulling out their credit cards, for those who are used to pulling out their $100 bills and saying boom and everything happening, in 5 minutes. If you notice in Florida, everybody's houses are gone, right? Which means that most of their artillery is gone, floating down, right? So their weapons are gone. So they feel unsafe right now. They're living in Publix grocery stores, quote unquote, or AKA shelters. They're not used to living in shelters. They're not used to relying on the government or FEMA or people to give them what they need. And I'm not saying that we as a people are used to it, but we know what it feels like because we've all been there. There wouldn't be a welfare system if it wasn't for the backs of y'all's people. Okay? So there is no lack. As long as you see green outside, there's no lack. Put it to you like that. And y'all gonna make sure his people, his righteous people, who are called by his name, he gonna make sure you fed. He gonna make sure your children are fed. He gonna make sure your children's children are fed. He gonna make sure you got all the water you need and all your provisions, because that's all you really need. All we really need is clothes, food, and shelter. That's it. Everything else that you get other than that is a blessing. So if you're not counting your little blessings, instead of worrying, count your blessings. Pray. Thank him for everything that he's done for you. All that he's ever done, all he'll ever do. Thank him. We don't worry over here. You can't have faith and worry at the same time. They don't go together. It's an oxymoron. It's a misnomer. You know what I'm saying? It's just not possible. So if you got faith, I suggest you exercise it. Things can go wrong every day, but we know that it's just for a season. We've been through the fire. We have been through the floods. We have been through the storms. We have been through the killings, the hangings. We have been through the experiments, okay? Tuskegee, for example. We have been through all of it. Now it's time to sit back and relax, mind your own business. Stay out of folks' business, especially folks that you don't know. Stay away from these Karens and Darrens and Kevins and whoever's, and just do you. If you have an opportunity, it would do you some good to get into your word and try to ask Yah to give you some discernment and some wisdom as to why the book wasn't open to you before and why you see things better now. Because a lot of people know that when you read the Bible before, you could just read it and be like, why am I reading this? Why am I reading this? If you go back and read it today, you will understand why you read it then, so that it can be etched in your mind, so that when you got older, you would understand what is going on in this world today. Yes, this is a new time. This is a time for change, everybody. Get ready. I'm trying to tell you. It's a time for change. It's a time to turn away from your wicked ways if you have any of them. If you're doing stuff to folks, backbiting, being mean, not loving, not being helpful, not caring. I'm over here. I should be showing you, but I'm harvesting all these palm fronds. It's not really a harvest. It's just a cleaning of the palm tree. And sometimes you just got to take those off. They get really old. Like this one here, I cut these. And so as they get older, they start getting loose, and then you're able to just pull them off. Because, it's not pretty, number one. And number two, it just gets in the way. It just gets in the way. I got another 2 volunteer fan palms back here as well. But you know what I found out about these palms? I found out that these palms are very, 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 very durable. Okay. So let me show you. You see the rib of this palm? This rib right here? Once you take the palms off, this is like rope. It'll never break. It'll never break. It's like rope. You can tie things up with it. So from now on, when I harvest my, when I prune my palms, I'm going to start keeping the middle for twine, because you never know. Also, I'm going to show you this palm right here. See this palm up here, the big palms? If you take each individual leaf and pull them down, pull them down, pull them down, they become twine. You can tie each of them to each other and have rope that will last you forever. And the reason why I say this is because I be watching some of those shows where they be having the people building those African huts. And as they're building the huts, they are using palm leaves and trees and bamboo. So if you want to prep, there's a lot of things out in your yard that you can use to help you sustain yourself, not just with food, but raiment. All right, enough of me chatting y'all up today. I just want you to remember to do your best, be blessed, to grow something, give y'all all the praises and glory. Go outside and be happy and rejoice. We don't have no reason to be frowning. We don't have no reason to be upset. Our lips shouldn't be twisted. Hands shouldn't be on our hips and foot shouldn't be tapping. We are doing just the way we should be doing, okay? We don't have no reason to be upset with nobody, no one, no thing. We thank him, we thank him, we thank him in all things. Hallelujah. For every chicken you got in your yard, you should be hollering hallelujah. Okay, for every little seed that you got in a package that you can actually plant, you should be screaming hallelujah. You understand? For every little bite that you can take off of a piece of lettuce or anything, you should be screaming hallelujah. We don't have no lack. He give us everything. He, nobody else, he give us everything. He is our one and only provider of all things. You understand? Anyway, remember to always do your best. Be blessed. Grow something. Okay? Love you. All praises to the Most High. Shalom.